Welcome back. Today's topic is how does the program do registration check? Let's run the program again and see what happens. When the program starts up, it already knows that it is unregistered. If we click About button, it also knows that it is unregistered. So the question now becomes, how does the program know that it is unregistered? So let us analyze this program in x64 DBG. Now we run to the entry point by clicking on the Run button or pressing F9. When we are now at the entry point. So we are going to step through line by line by pressing F8 and watch when the window begins to appear. I'm just pressing F8 to step through every line and keeping a lookout for the window. And so far nothing has happened. Keep on pressing F8 to step through. And now the window has appeared. So the window appears when this call is being made. So this is a good place to put a breakpoint. So let's put a breakpoint here. And you can see at this point in time, it already knows that it is unregistered. So we shall now restart and analyze this call to see what happens in it. So let's restart. Press F9 or click Run, and let's run to the breakpoint. And we are now stopped at the breakpoint. So let's press F7 to step into this call. F7, and now we are at the start of the call. Keep on pressing F8 to step through it. And here there's a Windows function to create a dialog. And here we are going to call a show window. And notice what happened. After this call, a window is shown, but the contents are still empty. And now it seems that it's going to push some parameters to the stack, getting ready to call the next function. And now it's calling the next function. And notice this thing here. One of the parameter seems to be a file called keyfile.txt, and it is pushing all these parameter for this function call. Let's analyze this function call. We'll first look it up. So let's open the browser and look it up. Type msdn create file. Click the first result, and here you have it. Create file. Just ignore the A. So the create file functions accepts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parameters. Let's check with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parameters. Correct. So let's look at the documentation. So create file will accept 7 parameters: the file name, the desired access, and the desired access, let's scroll down and see what it means. Desired access can be either create a file for read or write. Read or write. So the second parameter tells the is a parameter that tells whether to open the file for reading or writing. Let's go back and take a look. So our second parameter is 8, followed by all the zeros at the back. So is this read or write? So we can make a guess. If we were to look further down, there is a read file function down here. So if I had to guess, this create file is actually opening this file for reading. So after it opens the file, it will read the file down here. If the file does not exist, then it will skip over this. This might skip over it. Okay, let's go back to the create file again. The create file will return a handle. So what is being returned? Let's scroll down and read the return. Return value. If the function succeeds, the return value is an open handle to the specified file, device, name pipe or mail slot. If the function fails, the return value is invalid handle value. So let's run through the code again. So every function call returns something in the EAX register. So now let's step through the code and see. We have already stepped through F8, we are now here, and EAX register has got -1. So -1 means that something has gone wrong. That means the file does not exist. So that is a hint for you that is looking for this key file.txt. And if it doesn't exist, it means that the program is unregistered. So let's confirm that by stepping through F8. And true enough, over here there is a jump, and this jump is based on the test here. It is testing for this, whether it is equal or not equal. So if what is in EAX is -1, because we moved -1 to ESI, and so now ESI is -1. So now it wants to compare whether -1 is stored in ESI or not. So if it's stored in ESI, then it will jump, because if it's the CMP instruction compares two different values, if they are the same, then it will set the 0 flag to 1, and therefore a jump will be made. So that means that if the file is not found because it's a -1, therefore it will jump this, like this. And you can see it is jumping over some interesting string down here. Okay, so now we know enough that we can solve this for temporary by creating a keyfile.txt. We'll do that in the next lesson, and thank you for watching.